The stock markets have recovered, and according to the mainstream media, all is well. What are your thoughts?
I have known Sad Bob for 20 years. There is more chance of Sad Bob smiling than the economy recovering?
Geez, there is no chance of Sad Bob smiling.
I rest my case.
Okay, let's have a look at the news. From the Telegraph it says, the growth of non-bank lending is a sign of the UK financial recovery.
Anything else?
Yes, the stock markets are back on their way up. It's looking good out there.
I don't think Sad Bob agrees with you.
How many times have you heard the doom and gloomers say that there is a financial collapse and yet nothing happens?
The truth is, the financial collapse is happening now.
I don't think the audience agrees with you.
Look at Sad Bob. He was a successful businessman.
Are you kidding me?
Too many people are judgmental. They have no idea what people go through. Unfortunately, if you have wealth and power, you tend to be respected. If you have nothing, you get no respect. That's the way it usually is. We have become a shallow society lacking critical thinking. Attention spans have become short.
Sorry, what were you saying?
So, you think all is rosy. To be honest, I don't think I will change your outlook. Well, let's see.
Go ahead.
You know our friend Flash Joe?
I sure do. The guy is loaded. Have you seen his latest car? Wow.
He asked me the other day to lend him money.
Are you kidding? He is loaded.
It's an illusion. He appears wealthy because he has borrowed the money to fund his lifestyle. The banks have refused to lend him any more money because he has borrowed far too much and has started to default on his payments. He is basically in the...
Luckily, we have sensible Western governments who manage their monetary policies well.
Hate to break this to you, but Western governments are just like Flash Joe.
Can you please explain?
Okay, you better sit down for this. We will be on air in 5 seconds. Welcome to the Evening News Channel on Wednesday, the 21st of October 2015. Today I am going to talk about the problems in the global economy. Since 1971, the world has become addicted to debt. Richard Nixon, who was the president of the U.S. in 1971, detached the dollar from the gold standard. It was supposed to be a temporary measure to help pay for the Vietnam War. The dollar became a fiat currency, allowing money to be borrowed from the future. Borrowing accelerated following politicians promising more welfare, better pensions and better health care provision. These are unfunded liabilities, and therefore adding to our debt. Governments do not feel the need to live within their means, as this would prove unpopular with the voters. Instead, they elect to kick the can down the road. Baby boomers are now retiring, and this is putting extra strain on government resources. Multinational corporations are introducing unstable work patterns and are using cheap labor from the immigration policy introduced by governments. The Trade-Pacific Partnership is being rushed through and in time will make the multinational corporations very powerful. Even governments will find difficulty standing up to them. The gap between the rich and poor will widen, and by that time the elite will position themselves to be very powerful. It will be like a return to Victorian Britain. The elite will be aware that an economic collapse is on the way. They are strategic planners and will have made provisions for the impending collapse. All seems well at the moment. The mainstream media provide positive news about the state of Western economies. What they fail to tell the public is that there is far too much debt that cannot be repaid following the massive unfunded liabilities, quantitative easing, zero interest rates policy and running deficits month by month. Personal debt is at record high. Student loans will become a burden for the young generation. In the UK, the Tory government are trying to reduce the deficit by cutting down on the welfare bill. The strategy is hardly making a dent. If the Tories are serious about reducing the deficit to zero by the end of their term in government, the cuts would have to be much more draconian. They cannot cut that fast, as it would significantly reduce the standard of living for many people and there would be civil unrest. The truth is, the fairy tale lifestyle cannot continue. No longer will politicians be able to promise the earth to a fickle public. Reality will have to be faced. Keep an eye on the stock markets. They will fall sharply as the global economy slows down. Food for thought.